Up everybody, it's me, Mr. Ryan, here with another deck profile to give you all that chaos and mayhem at your card fighting areas with my locks build. I figure a lot of old school cards from older sets are coming back with Legion revivals or getting some Stride support. And I figure if locks is one of those cards in the future, I'm definitely going to be already ahead of the curve since I already have the ride chain. So last night I did an experimental build and I probably did some misplays with locks because I should have read my card, but again, so yeah, I'll try to go into detail of why I run certain cards and for right now the support. So locks, the start of schoolyard prodigy locks. Just like all ride chains, or if not 90% of ride chains, when you ride the proper grade 1 over it, search the top 7 for the grade 2 or 3. Show it to your opponent, add to your hand, so you can get some extra units that you will definitely need for the grade 1 and 2 skill to pop off. And of course, should you ride anything else over it, then it becomes a 4K rear guard. Then we got 4 heals, 2 dictionary goat, 2 broadcaster rabbit. G Guardians are a thing to speed the deck up just a tad and to get some extra units in hand. We have 4 cafeteria sea otter draw triggers because again, you get the grade 1 and 2 grades effects off properly, you definitely want to get a few extra units. And of course, the rest are just crit triggers, triangle cobra, and then we have Falcon, Cutter Falcon. I do love the art on Cutter Falcon. For the ones we have one, Diligent Assistant Mini Belly, the Stride fodder, just because striding is a thing, and we do need to stride at least once. We have 2 Coiling Duck build just because getting an extra draw is cool. And we have 3 Mike Saburo. Same thing as Coiling Duck build except for it's a grade 3 searcher. So those skills are very similar when this unit's placed. Give a different unit that you plan on retiring the ability when it's retired you draw. And this one is of course retire and get a grade 3. Then we have the 4 of a grade 1 of the ride chain. Bringer of Knowledge locks. It gets the +1 when the zeros in soul. And then when the proper grade 2 rides over this, you can give up to 2 units. When these units retire, draw a card. So you have a lot of draw potential in early guard, especially if you're on a 7. And a lot of people tend to be on 7. So yeah, and then we have 4 of the countercharge PGs because we will definitely need the countercharge with some of our grade 3s and 2s. So the grade 2 lineup, we have 4 law official locks, the grade 2 of the ride chain, +1 when you have the 1 in soul, and the 1 and 2 share the same ability when you ride the proper grade 3 or 2 over it. Give up 2 units that are great nature, of course. The ability when this unit is retired, draw a card. And to help with that, we have 2 Binoculars Tiger and 2 Sleepy Tapir. I do like both. I prefer, I don't know. Both seem to come in right when I need them. Sleepy Tapir has resist versus Binoculars Tiger being on Vanguard and Rear Guard. So, yeah, it's really up to preference there, I guess. And then we have 4 Crayon Tiger. Pretty much the best grade 2. When it's boosted and attacking the Vanguard, Counter Blast 1, give it restand a unit, give it +4, and then when it's retired, draw a card. So you get a lot of draw potential and a lot of attacks. And for the grade 3s, we have 1 Chat Noir. Only got 1 in here because it is SP. And if I can get the break ride off, then I'm looking really good, especially if I had at least 1 or 2 units prior. Break ride skill, when Great Nature rides over this. Of course, you get the 10,000, and then when your rear guard attacks Vanguard specific, it can give itself or a different rear guard 4K, and then for each attack that the unit that got the 4K or received the 4K, you get to draw. So you have something like this. So I'll attack plus 4K. I of course get to draw. Then I'll attack plus 4K to this. Use its skill. Draw. Stand. Attack. Counterblast 1. Restand. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 cards that you just drew. Off of, or 6 cards, of course, with the draw phase. Draw phase. Then the trigger shake. So that's 3 cards. So that's 7 cards in a turn. And then of course it can hit cross ride numbers when it attacks the Vanguard, and those units that got the 4,000 of course retire at the end of turn. And as you saw, I have 2 contradictory instructor Tuskmaster. He definitely gets in the attacks where I need him, and he's an elephant because this, the title explains it all. So when it attacks the Vanguard, counterblast 1, restand the rear guard, give it +4, and at the end of turn it retires. So you can get off again multiple attacks. You won't get to draw like Crayon Tiger, but that's an extra attack. Then we have 4 of the grade 3 of the ride chain, the final stage, if you will. Guardian of Truth locks. Of course, it gets the +1 should the grade 2 be in the soul. Then its primary skill, not limit break, not generation break, or any other restriction. Counterblast 2, Persona Blast, and then choose 1 of your rear guards. Give it +4 and a crit. I think that's a fantastic skill. To me, that is too good, especially now that we have things that can restand rear guards and give +4 bonuses. And especially if you're running an all crit deck, I want to test that out just to see what it's like. So yeah, 12 crit for a heal deck may be in the future. If somebody else wants to run it, tell me how it goes. Let me know. Of course, for the strats, we want to run 1 Sea Breeze just because grade 2s are a thing. But because locks, if we get 2 of the grade 3s in hand, then we're going to force our opponent to high damage, if not win. And or if they forgot the ride, then we're going to get our GB skills off. Then we have 1 Dismal just because of our grade 2s need to be somewhat protected. We have 3 of the Great Nature G-Guards and Mortality Professor Kundalini, excuse me. Whenever you G-Guard, to get the +5, you give 1 of your units, when this, at the end of the battle, retire this unit, countercharge 1. And that is very important to countercharge there. So, and then we have 1 Cathpaloo, just in case we're on Honorary Professor Chat Noir, but not very often will I ever go to this card because the counterblasts are very important. For its skill, for each time it's the same thing as the break rides skill whenever you break ride over it, except for it costs the counterblast. We got 1 Madoo for when we're on locks, and we had the picture locks to get to stride, but Madoo gets our grade 3s back, which is really good. We have 1 Phoeniciax for just in case if we had 2 units on field and we gave those units the abilities when they're retired. When this attacks, you give up to 2 units +4,000, and those units that got +4,000, you retire them at the end of turn. So it's very simple. One of my favorite cards here is Omniscience Dragon, Wisdom Teller Dragon. It fetches out those PGs, and I can give all of them, if I have at least 1 Crayon Tiger or Tuskmaster on the field, then I give it all to 1 rear guard and force my opponent's hand to go from a lot to barely any cards because of the restanding that the potential is going to be there. But should it hit, give one unit, one rear guard, +4, and when it swings for 4,000 or greater, I draw a card for each time it attacks. A different card that I've come to like is Omniscience Dragon Hermthirst, or Hermthirst, however you want to pronounce it. After it attacks, you Soul Blast 1. And being that our soul is kind of important on which one you Soul Blast, make sure that you do the 0 or the 1, because the 2 keeps you at that 11,000 base, because 10,000 is an extra card that you can't afford. So after it attacks, Soul Blast 1, give one of your rear guards +4,000. You can, if you choose to give it the extra 4,000, so you can give it 8,000, you have to retire it at the end of turn. Of course, it gives you the benefit of if at the end of turn the unit that attacked that you gave the bonuses to is 20,000 or greater, you draw 1 card, and that's hey. And then we have 4 of the Omniscience Dragon Mana Garmer. Counterblast 1. Well, after you set up your field, Counterblast 1 Persona Flip, and then if the number, if you have 2 or more face up in the G zone, of course up to 2 units get the +4, but if you have 2 or more face up in the G zone, then they get the skill your opponent can't guard with 1s or higher. And that right there makes the big difference in the deck there. Usually it is the finisher. So yeah. So hopefully y'all like the video by showing that like button some love. Subscribing to my channel really helps me. Any other questions or comments, leave them in the comment section. Any other deck profiles that you guys would like to see, also leave them in the comment section, and I'll see about getting those to you. Help me to help you. Help me to help you. Help me to help you. Holla.